Welcome back to Connectors of Light. This is Charmaine Lee.
I'm Sonny Carl, and we're very, very pleased to have as our first guest today, Mitzi Reed.
Thank you.
Mitzi, thank you for being here today.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So we're excited because I know you have been doing quite a bit of different things in the community. You've been around for such a long time, since I first met you in, 2004?
Oh, it was even earlier than that, I believe. Yeah. It's been a long time.
Yes, and you've been actively and really out in the community to bring it together, and especially with Aspire conferences. So I want to share with everyone, just explain what that's all about, what's its mission, where is it that you see the vision with Aspire, and just elaborate on that, please.
Okay. Well, like you had said, I've been in Vegas for a very long time, actually since 1998, and I know some of you have probably been here longer than that, but it has been a long time. I've seen a lot of changes, and when I first came out here, there were a lot of pockets as far as, the groups. We do have a very spiritual community in this city, but there was a lot of pockets there. And so I started going out in network and going to all the different events, and I started connecting with people. I'm very much into relationship building, relationships, coming from the heart. So that's what I would do all this time. I connected people. That's one of my passions, is connecting people, connecting organizations. And we met and we connected, different ways. And I started an organization years and years ago. Actually, I've started several businesses, and been very successful at all of them. And I ran across some hard times for a few years ago, and it was a very difficult time for me. And I came to the place where, with that difficult time, turning 50, I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do with the rest of my life? What am I going to do when I grow up? And I used my strengths, which was connecting people, and also my background in corporate America. And it was kind of like all of a sudden, as I'm falling down on my knees and not just crying and begging and saying, what am I supposed to do with the rest of my life? It was kind of like it was downloaded to me, and I started seeing what was now Aspire conferences. And I started talking to a lot of people, and a lot of people who had a lot of downtime, a lot of people, after the economy crashed, everyone was affected. Some people went bankrupt, some people, whatever happened. And I started talking to these people, and they actually became better than what they did before. And I started talking to people. There was one person that actually had a very similar situation that I did, and I didn't feel alone anymore. And I said, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. And I started talking to other people. They can do it, I can do it. So the whole Aspire conferences started coming downloaded to me to the very detail as far as the event. And what I envisioned is there's a lot of different talented people here in Las Vegas, a lot of great speakers, authors, everything, and I wanted to be local. Everyone comes in from Vegas from all over the world. We have different speakers, we have different events, but I wanted to tap into the local people. So the first conference, it was Conference for Women, and I had Tammy Shaw of Las Vegas Woman magazine. I had Rochelle Tammy Shaw. She built a multi-million-dollar business and lost it all, bankrupt, and then built it back up, and now she teaches people how to build their own businesses. I had different people like that from around the community to do Aspire conferences. That was last year. That was our first one. It was very successful. And this year I had another one as well, and Charmaine was one of our guest speakers, and I was very happy with that. And it's just all about, again, connecting people, connecting. And I was doing a men's conference too, because all the men started coming to me. What about the men? I'm like, oh, you men are already empowered. You don't need any empowerment, right? But the men do. They need something. They need connection as well. So we were starting to do something for men as well. Mostly my thing is focusing on women, and I have a new program, and it's called Aspire Butterfly Program, and it's all about the divine feminine leadership.
Yes, and you're teaching them to other people here at Luminosity Wellness Center, or different areas?
I am. The first one was last month. I am teaching as well. I also want to do it where we can connect people around the nation, around the globe. So we will be doing Skype, we will be doing teleconferences, things like that. And I'm starting to get more techie savvy in that way.
Oh, yeah. So wonderful, because I know that all our paths had crossed when we were at the library, when we were doing an event there, and we came all together, and we wanted to do something for the community, and even more so, this before Aspire, you were doing Spirit Dove, correct?
Correct. Spirit Dove is a ministry of mine that I still do. It, again, it's on the spiritual level, connecting people. I have mind, body, spirit products. I am a hospice volunteer. I go out and I also do ministry for people. I do weddings. I do all that as well. So, and that's more of my community service organization. I really don't make any money. It's not a nonprofit, but it's more me just giving out to the community.
Well, I have to say something. I know one of the things about Mitzi, it's very hard for her to be able to say, this is who I am. So I have to give her a little bit more. She does extend in every way to humanity, and that is who Mitzi is. And so she might say that she did, Aspire conferences. She's had a lot of different things at the magazine. She's writing articles in the Informer magazine. So she is out there. She is in the know. She definitely is committed to anybody who has an event or has a class or has something out there in the community. Mitzi is the one you want to contact. Mitzi is the one who will go out there and ensure that people know about it. Because she does not just get the information, she researches everyone. And she goes through everything to see if they are in integrity. And that is what she is about. And so my experience with her has been all about that. And that's why we're so glad that you're here on our show with Connectors of Light. Because when we started it, we all had the same vision. And a lot of us here in this room have that. Luminosity Wellness Center and has a great vision too. So this is really nice that you're here with all of us, making sure and ensuring that we come together as one. Yeah.
Thank you, Charmaine. And yes, it is hard for me to, to my own horn kind of thing. And I put out a calendar of events years ago, and it was about community and, all the different organizations and all the different, actually, back then, there wasn't as many of these healing centers, which is really, really great. We have places like Luminosity Center and some of the other places around town. But I would promote them. I would promote all the different events. There's lots of Reiki energy healers, and I would promote those and Reiki circles. So even though I'm a Reiki master as well, I didn't care. I wanted everyone. We all have different talents, and what might resonate with me may not resonate with you. And, so it's just a combination of everyone coming together. And that has been our vision throughout the whole time that we have known each other, is actually to bring the community together. And I'm real happy to be a part of that, and I will still be a part of that. I embrace, Las Vegas. I'm intentionally going on, my intentions are to move out of the city sometime.
But it keeps holding you back.
It was San Diego, but the fires.
It keeps holding her back. She says, I'm going to move. And I'm going, okay, we'll see what Spirit says. And then she's still here.
And I'm still here, and my Spirit's here. And I will always come back and do things here and always connect with the different people. And I just love everyone and all the connections I've made. And and I still am making connections, and I do have a large database, over the years, and I believe in community. I believe in unity. There's some people that, will talk but not walk the talk, and I will toot my own horn on that. I really walk the talk in that. I really, truly, truly believe in community, and I don't care. If there's 100 Reiki people, I will promote and embrace every single one. I don't care if there's 100 Cintra's out here. I will promote every single one as long as we are all, as far as for the light.
The greater good of the
greater good,
light.
yes.
And that's basically what our show's about, is connecting the light. And that's what you are. And you shine out there a lot. And so I had to give you those kudos, because you have gone through ups and downs, and you still are here committed. And it's not only the courage that you have, it's also the passion that you have for humanity itself. So I had to give you that. And I know that we're doing girl thing, but I know that you have had an experience with Mitzi.
Right.
Yes.
Mine doesn't go back. First of all, you know what? We set this up slightly wrong. I need to push you back a little bit, because
Yes.
that way I want to talk to your face rather than the back of your
Yeah.
head.
I know.
There we go.
There we
That's
go.
much
Yes, yes.
better.
Didn't mean to
That's all
not
right.
include
That's all
you,
right. We set
because
it
we
up wrong
talked
in
about
the first
community, and here
If
you
we
are.
go back to about 09,
Yeah,
when I started the Metaphysic magazine,
yes,
and we connected at that time, and we're working back and forth. And when we had the magazine, our whole purpose again was to help bring the community together. And Mitzi worked with us very strongly on that, and we worked together on a number of different projects and did some things with the expos and all kinds of little things throughout the. So Mitzi has her fingers into a lot of little things, and I know for us as a magazine, it helped for us to find people like you, to work with you, because when we worked with you, it helped get us out a little bit further. It was a great deal. It's an alliance. And really, that's what community is all about. Community isn't just about let's do everything together. It's about aligning what we're doing with what others are doing as well. And we help out each other, we work together, and we each have our own. It doesn't mean we all have to work on the exact same project, because that's not the way it works. If a community was only one project, that wouldn't be a community. That wouldn't even be a family. That would just be a business. And that's not really what it's all about. Community is about having a lot of individuals working together in harmony. And when we worked with Mitzi, that's what we had. And that's what made it really work well for us, is that our business worked with her business and in harmony. So everyone involved came out a little bit farther ahead. And that's why we wanted Mitzi on the show this month, because being connectors of light, working for community, we're looking for people who support community and the idea of working together and being able to create the overall communication and harmony. And what it really comes down to, community is harmony. That's what it's about.
Right.
So when Mitzi works, she works in harmony.
thank you, yes. And when we had met, there was such an instant connection, because we were both on that same wavelength, just the same as Charmaine and myself. And I found that, like, even with Christine, and there's certain people you just know, and I truly appreciated all the time that we did work together during those years, and I've actually missed you the past couple of years. And, it was so good when we were doing that, and you were doing such great things in the community yourself, and I'm just so glad you started this as well, because this is, again, about community, and it's bringing us together, and I totally honor you and just appreciate you for that.
Now, for Aspire, now you've got Aspire as your primary concern right now. Is it your primary? And what's your next event coming up through that?
Well, I actually have, and it is at a different place, at Little Zen Wellness, and because, again, I support everyone around here. And it's called Candles and Cocktails. And Marquetta Goodwin, I don't know if any of you know her, she and I are doing something together, and it's Candles and Cocktails. So it's not your normal social hour. It is going to have magic and enchantment and social, and it's just going to be an afternoon of just fun. So that's coming up June 14th. And then also with the Aspire conferences, I am planning on a retreat, and again, bless the San Diego right now, it's going to be in San Diego, in Carlsbad, actually, next year. So what I'm planning on doing is we're slating for March, and my husband actually is in the transportation industry. So, and unfortunately, it's going to be for women only. Sorry, man, this is the women only time. My husband's in the transportation industry, so if we have enough people that are interested, he will give us a limo bus and we can drive all the way out there to San Diego together. So I'm really excited about that. But that will be a retreat out there, right on the beach. It's a beautiful place. And
well, we're going to have to arrange one for the men that's on the same beach.
On the same beach.
you can have on the other side of the beach.
Yes, on the other side, maybe a nudist. No. What's your website? How do they
There she
get
goes
on
naked again.
I know.
There's the hot springs down the road.
What's your website? Can you just let everybody know how they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, it's aspiringconferences.com. It's aspiringconferences.com. So.
That's ASPIRING conferences.com.
Yes.
And then they can just get all your information, your contact,
Yes.
and get on the newsletter. You have a newsletter that they can sign up for.
I have a newsletter you can sign up for. Also, I write for the Las Vegas Informer, so you can see my articles on there. And that's another place where it's all about community as well. So
Yes. And one more thing is that I know that you want to move to San Diego, and you're doing different things so that you can continue to share with the community in many aspects of what you want to offer. And I know it's mostly with women. And so when you start working with these women, is there a limited age? I mean, do they have to be 18? Can they be 16? Just a little bit more on that.
no, I actually am really targeting, anywhere between, the preteens all the way up to, age 200.
200. Oh boy.
That's how old my husband wants to be. God bless him. So I won't be here that long. But I'm really all about empowering young women and women. So it is all about that. And I also, and thank you for that, because I also am on the board for Purple Wings, which is an awareness organization for sex trafficking and preventing, those girls from getting out there and helping them get off the streets as well.
And what's their website?
Purplewings.org.
Purplewings.org. Yes. And so as a community, to be aware about human trafficking, whether it's, some people go, what's the difference? Well, sex trafficking, human trafficking, it is the same. And it encompasses the children being not aware of their environment. So educating the children is so important right now. It's worldwide. And we are in Las Vegas, believe it or not, we are high in statistics as far as human trafficking. We have just not been aware. A lot of people are not paying attention to that. So if we get a hold of purplewings.org, is one of the organizations, and there's also the Embracing Project, Esther Brown. Mm-hmm. She is also doing something for the children. So you can see that we are about children all the way to adults. So we're not limited to. And so we're honored to have you here to give us that information. Because if there's anything else that the community needs to know, that that's happening out there in the community, please share it with us. And, and whether you want to say it now, that you want to, give kudos to somebody or anything like that, feel free to do that. Because sometimes, we have authors who write about different things, and I don't know where your book is at right now. I think you're in the re-editing it right now?
Yes, I'm in the re-editing stage. It's called Awaken to Your Inner Beauty, and it's all about body image and self-esteem issues for women.
Can you repeat that again, please?
Awaken to Your Inner Beauty.
And then you'll let all of us know when your book is ready?
Yes, I will definitely let all of you know when it's ready, and we will have another book signing as well, and, so... Yes, yeah, I can't wait. It should be finished very soon.
Okay, wonderful.
Do we have any questions from the audience for Mitzi at this time for any of her events or anything that's going on, or any questions you may have that would impact the work that she does with the community? If you're looking for any type of resources for something that you're particularly looking for, something that you are looking to connect with in any way like that, because Mitzi not only has her own work that she does, but actually both Mitzi and Charmaine are very, very connected into a lot of the organizations that are doing different work in the area. So at any time, I suggest that if you have an interest in connecting with any particular type of organization or a particular cause that you find that you are drawn to and you're not sure where to go with it, either of these two ladies will have a very good idea of either where you can go or who you can talk to that can get directly to the right person.
Yeah, definitely. And I have to say, too, that a lot of the Aspire conferences, that their vision is not only about women coming together. What I experienced as one of the speakers was the education behind it. So it is about the education, because a lot of times we may feel that we have the information before us, but there was so much that I didn't know, and connecting to other women, and they were very empowering. So if you want to be involved, if you want to be a speaker, or you're interested in supporting the Aspire conferences, get a hold of Mitzi, because she is open. If you have an idea, whatever that is, feel free to contact her. Some of you have great talents, and we don't know that. So that's what we're here today about. How do we help you? And so if we are able to do that, get a hold of her. She's willing to do whatever it is to have some kind of theme for the Aspire conferences. But sit down and talk to her. That's the way you'll know.
And education is the key. Because in the evolution that we're going through, it's people like Mitzi and the different things that she's doing and there's different types of movements going on. It's all about education, because the way things have been done is the way we were taught to be. If we want them to be different, we have to learn that there are other ways to respond or to do things in a different way. When you learn that, if you're in a situation where you never see any other way, how are you to know? You may feel that something's wrong. You may feel that it isn't quite what it should be, but you may not know where to go from there. And that's what education is all about. That's what these different conferences are about. That's what this whole movement is all about, that we represent, that Mitzi was out there working on. And that is the fact that when things need to change, education of new possibilities is the key that can make them come to fruition. Because until you understand what your options are, how are you going to make a decision, an informed decision? How are you going to make a change if all you know is what you've always done? So don't ever be afraid to learn. It doesn't matter, man or woman, what age you're at. If you want to grow, learning is the key.
Yeah.
So when these conferences come up, I strongly suggest anyone who's interested in growth, contact Mitzi if it has to do with the one she's working with. Now, if you keep up with her on her site, which is aspiringconferences.com, she'll have the themes laid out. And if you see something coming up or you feel something that you'd like to have something done, let her know. Because she's the type of person that can take that, run with it, and make it happen.
Definitely.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes, that's how candles and cocktails came into being, because someone had approached me and said, hey, I'd like to do this and with you, and I have several other people that want to do things, and I'm all open, to that. And I wanted to elaborate on what you said too about the education, is that we all are students and teachers, and if you get to a place where you're thinking, oh, I know all that, and I'm already there, and I'm enlightened, then you're stuck. I don't care, how enlightened you are, you're stuck if you are not willing to take it to another level. So the Aspire conferences, they learned from me. I mean, I'm always learning. I'm always out there. I love talking to people because I'm always learning from each and every one, and so I wanted to elaborate on that. And I also wanted to talk about the candles too, because
Yes.
one of the things that I decided to do, because of my own personal situation, actually, I started becoming a little bit sensitive to some of the chemicals and toxins around, what's going on. And I was starting to do my own candles with, natural things and soy and palm and essential oils and crystals and all that. So that's what I started making. And then my girlfriend had said, you should, do it as a, a business or whatever. So I'm actually adding that to the Aspire conferences, the candles. I will be making some other things as well, but the candles I'm starting off with, I'm going to be infusing it with, healing energy, the Reiki energy, and you also have an affirmation as well. So if you want to do, put it on your altar, you have a blessing or anything else, you can light those up. So, and it'll be natural, and it'll be healthier.
And Marquetta Goodwin is the person that will be partnering with you. Is that correct?
Yes, she will be having. She will be making the cocktails. So yes, she just graduated from bartending school, so she's wanting to get to. So we'll have a candle for everyone and 2 cocktails, and then we'll be doing some little things.
Oh, you'll want to get to know Marquetta.
Yes.
Marquetta is a wonderful, empowered woman. She's young, vivacious. And she has a great story. I don't want to give that away because we want to have her on the show one day. And what she created from nothing, and that's what we are. We're creators, right? We can create anything we want. And that's what she's all about. So I was so excited to hear that you had partnered with her because she's one of those innovative spirits that will, on the dime, just like you, will go, boom, let's go do it. And so you manifesting. So
yes, I'm real excited, and she's my traveling buddy right now. So she's a wonderful person, and so any themes? Last theme was women of courage. I have all kinds of different ideas. If you have an idea, please come to me, and I'm open to support you. That's what I'm here for.
So thank you for being on the show with us. I really appreciate that, and then sharing some of the things that you're doing, because I know Aspire Conferences has been around a couple of years now, and it's a great program for anyone. And what I loved about it is the community that she developed there. There were so many women there who are vendors, and there were also men there, so it wasn't limited. And what was beautiful about it is that the harmony and it created so much love and fun, and love because the love of humans, and then the fun was that everybody enjoyed themselves. So we had different vendors. She also does events like that. If you are a vendor and would like to be at one of her events, let her know. That's the only way she knows how to support you. So thank you for being on our show today.
Thank you.
And once again, that's aspiringconferences.com.
Yes.
Thank you, Mitzi. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with more Connectors of Light.